This is the YoloBox Pro, and today in this video we are going to be taking a look at this Android style all-in-one live streaming solution. But before anything else, let's roll the intro para mong pro. What's up guys, ryanaudencial and puwe, maraming salamat po sa pagbabalik nyo dito sa channel ko. And as I've said in the intro, today we are going to be looking at the YoloBox Pro. It is an all-in-one live streaming solution from YoloLive. Ipapakita ko sa inyo yung hardware and yung software at yung capabilities nitong YoloBox Pro. But before anything else, I just want to give you a disclaimer. Yes, YoloLive sent me this YoloBox for me to test, but they didn't pay me to create this review video. So all of my thoughts and opinions about this YoloBox Pro will be honest and true. So now that we are done with the disclaimers, let's go on with the video. The YoloBox Pro is the ultimate all-in-one multi-cam live streaming and switching system. It is an encoder, a switcher, a recorder, and a monitor. It can stream as a dedicated device directly to multiple platforms gaya ng YouTube, Facebook, Twitch. This is very easy to operate since para lang siyang tablet, no? Parang Android style tablet siya on steroids. Buksan ko na, no, para maintindihan nyo. Ayan. As you can see, no, medyo maliwanag siya because this has 400 nits of brightness and it's fully touch screen. This one is super portable. Well, yes, this is portable since parang nandito na yung computer mo sa loob eh. So, if pagsasamahin mo yung laptop mo tapos yung sabihin natin, for example, the ATEM Mini Pro, mas portable to. This supports multiple connectivity options and we'll talk about that later. This has a built-in battery. Pwede mo siyang isaksak, pwede mo rin siyang i-charge. And as I've said, no, this is an Android device on steroids because this has Qualcomm 660. So magiging mas powerful yung software na pwede mong or yung mga possibilities na kayang gawin ni YoloBox Pro. Now, let's talk about the build quality and the hardware first. Build quality, yung design na, yung sobrang sleek and robust. It's made out of plastic, natural, kasi ayaw mo namang gawa siya sa bakal, but it has this rubbery feeling, no, texture dito sa gilid. And we can see here dito sa mga ito ata ang kanyang heatsink. Let's talk about the display. This is an 8-inch display. 8-inch compared to the original YoloBox, which is smaller. I'm not sure kung gaano kalaki. That's 7-inch yata yun. This one is an 8-inch display. Let's talk about the ports at the back. You have 3 HDMI inputs, which is really good because the original has 2 HDMI inputs only. It has a USB-A input as well. You can use this with your webcams, or if you have that cheapo capture card, HDMI to USB-A, that will work. I tried it. So you can maximize up to 4 inputs with all your cameras. As I've said earlier, it has multiple connectivity options. So you have your Ethernet port here, which is the most reliable connectivity option na meron ang YoloBox Pro because of course you're using your LAN cable, mas reliable yun. You have your HDMI out here if you want your confidence monitor or you have your bigger monitor. You have one Type-C, USB Type-C port here to connect it to your computer. I heard you can also connect a keyboard here or a mouse. I haven't tried that yet. You have your headphone output here. Of course, if you want to monitor your audio, you use your headphone output here, which is really good because the ATEM Mini Pro doesn't have that option. Before I continue, mapapansin nyo na i-compare ko siya sa ATEM Mini Pro, no? Kasi yun talaga yung market na kalaban niya talaga yun. You have 2 audio inputs here. One is a mic input and the other one is a line input. You have your another Type-C port here to charge the unit, dedicated to charge the unit. So there are your ports. On this side naman, you have your 1/4-inch thread here. You have your SD card slot here. Of course, you have to remove that dummy SD card there. SD card here to input your assets like your lower thirds and other stuff. And of course, you can use that same SD card to record your media or your stream. You have your SIM tray right here. That is also one of the connectivity options na pwede kang gumamit ng GoMo SIM or ng kahit anong SIM card na may data at makakapag-live stream ka gamit yung SIM card lang na yun. And you have your power/sleep button right here. And there's your hardware. Now, let me just set this up and pag-usapan natin yung software naman na kasama dito sa YoloBox. Makita nyo yung mga capabilities niya. Okay, so now that I have this all set up, no? And disclaimer lang, may mga nag-construction sa labas, baka naririnig yun. I have all this set up and papakita ko naman sa inyo yung capabilities or yung software nitong YoloBox Pro. Okay, so first, let's go to the settings. You have here your accounts. As I've said, you can stream up to 3 platforms or website simultaneously. We have this Facebook. Of course, you have to add your account there. I have already added my account. You can add multiple accounts, no? Dito sa ating Facebook accounts and sa YouTube din. I have already loaded my account. You can add your multiple accounts as well. You have Twitch. I don't have a Twitch account, so we won't be using that now. And you can stream using the RTMP option, no? Para yung link lang, no? Okay, you have to enter your email address just so you are registered as a YoloBox user. About device, you'll see the version, language, you can change all of those. Recordings, you can see your internal or your SD card storage space left here. Can delete all the recordings or you cannot view your recordings. Yun lang ang medyo nakakalungkot. You can rotate your screen. As I've said, this is an Android device. It's just like an Android tablet. No? If you are na-awkwardan kayo sa mga HDMI na nasa ibabaw, you can rotate them so that your cables are here sa ilalim. Of course, you have to connect to your internet. You have 3 connectivity options. You have Wi-Fi, Ethernet or LAN cable, and then your SIM card, no? So now let's go connect to my Wi-Fi, no? Dito sa aking. Of course, it will search for available Wi-Fi networks. I'll be using Wi-Fi now. Hindi ako gamit ng LAN cable. So there, let me put in my password. As you can see, no, napaka-responsive nung touch capabilities nitong nitong screen nitong YoloBox. So I am now connected to my Wi-Fi network. And if ever naka-connect din ang LAN cable mo or ang SIM card, you can choose kung ano man ang gusto mong gamitin connectivity option. You can use Ethernet, mobile network, and your Wi-Fi. Okay? Let's do a network test. Ito yung maganda dito, no, sa YoloBox Pro. You won't be needing your computer anymore just to test the internet speed because since the YoloBox Pro is an Android device, pwede siyang gumamit ng third-party website. In this case, I'm using speedtest.net. Okay, so let me check my internet speed. Okay, connecting na siya sa speedtest.net. That is really convenient if you want to test your internet speed. The YoloBox Pro is using third-party website, just like the speedtest.net. So I guess that's healthy, if you want to live stream. Now let's simulate a live stream. Again, the YoloBox Pro can be used as a live stream device and a monitor device. In monitor mode, medyo limited ang features since you're not going to live stream yourself. Medyo limited yan, so let's not touch that. You will be using the monitor mode if you just want to tape as live or record as live. Medyo limited nga dahil may mga naka-grayed out na options dito sa baba. Okay, so let's not use monitor mode now. Let's create a live stream event mismo. So create a live stream. Let's call this YoloBox Pro test. Okay, description optional, but just hit create. And you have your event here. Let's tap on that. And here we go. You can see the interface nga, no? You have your input sources down there. You have your additional settings right here. And marami pang iba. So let me just give you a run through. Unang-una, you have to choose where you want your live stream to be aired or kung saan mo gustong lumabas. But before we touch that, let me do something muna dito sa settings. Dito sa ating streaming mode, Meron ditong dalawang choices. Right now, it's the direct single platform stream is enabled. Yun yung default niya. So, kapag itong naka-enable, isang streaming platform lang ang pwede mong irehan or pwede mong labasan. Okay? But if you wanna use the multi-streaming service ng YOLO Live, you have to enable this one. Okay? Now, you can stream to 3 streaming platforms simultaneously ng sabay-sabay. Okay, so let's go back to this platforms tab. Let me enable my YouTube unlisted. Make sure your account is already added or logged in, no? And then I want to air as well or live stream as well on Facebook timeline, and then only me, so that no one will join us as I test or as I show this to you. Of course, since I don't have a Twitch account for the sake of this tutorial, I'll just be enabling 2 of the platforms available. Okay, so if you want to go live, just hit that go live button there. Okay, pero mamaya na natin gagawin yan. Let's go to the settings first. If you want to switch, you can just tap on your video sources. I have here my camera 1, HDMI 1, HDMI 2, and HDMI 3. But before anything else, nakalimutan ko, i-record ko muna. So, I'll just hit that record button sa upper right corner. Start recording. Okay. So, now I am recording. Everything that's in my program out will be recorded sa aking SD card. It will record MPEG-4 or MP4 video, no? 1080 or 720. If you are concerned about your internal or SD card space, you can just choose 720, but for now I'm using 1080. So yan. Now let me enable double click to switch because nasanay ako sa TV na arm and then cut. Medyo bawas mali yun eh. Takaw mali kasi yung click to switch lang, yung isang tap lang. I'll be using double click to switch. So now every time I double tap, I can switch my videos or sources. Now, before we delve into the settings, I will be showing you how to add sources. Right now, I have my 3 HDMI input sources. I can have 6 input sources, 3 HDMI sources, 1 USB source, which I'm not using right now because I don't have a webcam. Let me show you how to add sources. Add a video source, SD card video 1. So, lahat ng videos na nasa SD card mo, pwede mong i-import as video source. So, in this case, I'll be importing my ryanaudencial intro and then done. Now, you can see you have 4 input sources as the video. If you want to switch to that, let me double and go back here. Of course, there's no audio pa. Hindi pa natin na-adjust kasi yung audio, but I'll be showing you how to adjust the audio in just a little bit. Now, let me add more sources. Add video source, SD card video 2. And then, there's my second video. You have now 5 sources. Okay, input sources. Add video source, 1 more video source. You can add your PDF if you wanna present there. If you wanna present online, no, meron kayong presentation, PowerPoint presentation, you can do that. Okay, switch to that. You can slide that in. You can change the slides there. Okay, which is really nice. Okay, mamaya papakita ko sa inyo kung paano pa ma-utilize yung PDF ano na yan, option na yan. You can just delete so that we have more room. Add a video source again. Papakita ko pa sa inyo iba pang features dito sa input sources. Pasensya na may mga nag-construction sa labas, no? Ayan, kung naririnig nyo lang. Okay, so add video source. We can do PIP video. Maybe we can like do this main screen and then your HDMI 1 as your sub screen. You can scale it up, put it wherever you want. Okay, in my case, dito ko lang gusto siyang ilagay. Aspect ratio, let's do 16:9 and then let's put that there. And right now, you can see it as a video source. PIP video, double tap on that. And now you have your PIP video happening as you do your demonstration. You can also see yourself. Okay, so let me delete that or edit that. Reselect screen. Now, if you want to do online presentation or live streaming presentation, you can select that. Okay. Gamitin mo ang PDF mo as your main screen. Position yourself there. Now, kung magpe-present ka online, meron ka na ngayong yan. So, napaka-convenient, no? Napaka-ganda ng feature na to. If you are a professor or someone na madalas mag-present online. Now, let's delete that. We also have a split view. No? Select A source, select B source. Okay? Yan, nakikita nyo naman, no? Border thickness, you can adjust that. Separator position, you can also adjust that. No? And direction. Oh, yan, medyo shangy. Alright. You can center them again if you want. But for now, ito muna ang gusto kong gawin. So, done. So, now you can see your split view as a video source. So, you can split to that. So, there, what else do we have here? Delete that. You can do side by side. Select A source, select B source, and there you have your side by side video. You can adjust the spacing. No? You can change the background image. I have already imported my background image here, and then done. And now it's a video source. Tap to that or switch to that. So you have your side by side video. No? Galing. So, let me delete that again. What else do we have here? We have a news layout. HDMI 1. Okay. So, HDMI 3. So, that's your news layout template or video source. Let me delete that for you. So, again, if you want to add your video sources, andyan lahat, no? You have your USB. If you have a webcam, connect nyo lang yan dyan. SD card video, video 1, video 2, live stream, and a PDF. So those are your options if you want to know input sources of your YoloBox Pro. Now, let me show you how to incorporate graphics sa inyong live stream. Okay? Let me show you how to import some of the image overlays. Let's go to the overlays tab. Add an image overlay. Here's a new logo from YOLO Live. Now, you can put it wherever you want. Okay? So, you can scale it up, scale it down, and use this as a bug. No? Parang Kapamilya Channel and GMA. Na parang TV5. Ito pala sa kabila. Ayan. Okay, so, switch to that. And now you can see that YOLO Live bug right there. Okay, simple pa yan. Hindi pa yan yung malupit. Now, let me add more image overlay. If you have your own image overlay, you can add it there. No? And you can reposition it. Pero depende pa rin sa dimensions ng PNG file mo. PNG file ang kailangan. So, let me show you how to put in lower thirds. Huh? Ito naman, let's choose that template. Of course, you can change the name. Bron Jaime, and subtitle Super Saiyan. Okay, change the title font to prompt. You can edit, customize your lower thirds. That's really amazing. Title size, title color, I guess white, and then black as the background. Let me put that to white. And then prompt and subtitle size, subtitle color, put that to black, and then white. There you go. Subtitle offset, you can offset that. Okay, and you can scale it all just like that. Okay, so we're done customizing our template, and let me switch to that. So as you can see, your bug is enabled and your lower third is enabled as well. So there, let me disable those. Now, if you're a streamer ng games, no, at gusto mo magkaroon ng countdown before your game starts or your stream starts, you can do that here. It has a built-in countdown timer. You can choose dito sa dalawang template na to. Okay? So, and it's also editable. So, meron kang background music. Let's not do that right now. Be right back. Okay? Sabihin natin na stream starting. Okay? You can change the font. PT Sans. You can change the time. No? Pwedeng mga 5 minutes lang. Okay? So, you can change the timer font to Railway. Timer color, everything is editable, no? So, ring color. Okay, dimming color. Kayo bahala. So, pwede mong i-dim yan, pwede mong hindi ipakita yung nasa likod or yung background. You can scale it up. Na? Pwedeng ganyan. So, depende sa gusto mo. So, there. So, that's your countdown timer before your stream starts. What else do we have here? We have your URL. Let's do that real quick. Okay. And there. Basically, what it does is maglalagay siya ng web page sa inyong screen. No? Depende kung anong URL ang tinype mo doon. Yung height natin, pwede natin adjust. Pwede rin dyan. Okay. So, there. Nakikita nyo naman. You can scale it up. So, it happens as you edit that. So, meron ka ng, let's remove that. So, there, naglo-load pa siya. You can add in your website if you want. No, live siyang nandyan. Oh, yan. What else do we have? We have titles. Of course, you have your default titles here. You can also edit those, import your own logo, your username. Of course, you can position them wherever you want. Username, size, transparency, scale, nasa sa inyo na yan. Okay, so there. So meron pa tayo social overlays. You can customize the social media platform, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, and also you can import your logo or PNG kung ano mang website ang gusto mong pakita yung handle mo. But for now, I'll be using just the Instagram graphic. Okay, at ryanaudencial. So, follow nyo na rin ako since nakikita nyo naman na text size and scale. And then you can position it wherever you want. Okay, so done. And you can switch to that. Alright. So, ayan, meron na tayong Instagram lower third. Okay, so now i-touch ko naman yung audio, no? Let's go to the audio tab. We have here your audio mixer, and now you are hearing the HDMI audio source, which is the my Fujifilm X-T4 using the Deity Vmic D3 Pro na nakakabit sa aking HDMI 1. So yun yung naririnig nyo ngayon. Now if you want to hear the HDMI 2 audio, this one, ayan, pwede nyo gawin yon. If you wanna hear the HDMI 3 audio, no? So there's your HDMI 3 audio, no? Onboard camera mic yan. As well as the HDMI 2 audio na onboard camera mic din. So there. But for now, I just want to use my HDMI 1 audio. But I have plugged in my line input here because it has two input sources, audio input sources. Pwedeng microphone in, line in. I'll be using the line in, and I have here my PreSonus PD70. Let me set this up, and let me enable the line in. Check. So you are now hearing the line input. I am using my PD70, PreSonus PD70 connected straight to my Zoom Live Track L8, and that Zoom Live Track L8 is outputted using a 3.5mm jack to the line input. No? It's really important to know na if you're using a separate audio mixer, you'll be using the line input. Now, if you want to use your lavalier mics and you want to plug it straight to the YoloBox, you should be using the microphone input. Okay? But for now, I'm using the line input because I'm using my external mixer. So again, you are hearing the line input, this mic. If you want to enable both of them, you can. No, HDMI 1, you also hear that. HDMI 2, you can also hear this. Now, if I enable my fourth input audio source, hindi ka papayagan ni YoloBox kasi ang tatlong input audio channels lang siya. Okay? So, but for me, hindi ko ginagawa yon. I make sure na isa lang ang input source ng audio ko. I always use one audio input source kasi nakakalito yun sa tenga every time you do that na maraming input sources. Now, makikita nyo dito, no, may AFV na button na naka-disable. Pag in-enable ko yan, what it does is, kung ano man ang in-input ko or ano man ang binuton ko, yun ang magiging input source niya, magiging automatic switching, pati yung audio. Okay, let me do that now. Right now, I am using HDMI 1 because ang nakabuton ay yung HDMI 1. Let me switch to HDMI 2. Automatic nag-switch din yung audio, no? Let me switch to HDMI 3. Tingnan nyo lang dito sa side ng audio mixer, no? Makikita nyo automatic din siya nagsiswitch. So there. Ito na ngayon ang naririnig nyo ngayon. So that's automatic. Medyo nakakailan lang yun. Want that? Pero at some cases, pwede mong gamitin yun. Pero medyo nakakalito yun. So don't do that. For me, advisable gamitin ang isang audio source lang. No? So, I always disable AFV button. So, there. At isa pang maganda dito, na if you're doing reaction videos, you can do that now. Because you can add a video source, which is this one. No? And, let me go to the settings first. Gusto ko lang balikan, no, yung playback capabilities ng SD card video. If you want your video to continuously play in the background, enable the continue playing when switching. If you want to pause it every time you switch your video source, enable resume first frame and pause when switching. Okay? So, every time na magsiswitch ako, ayan. And let me turn this thing on. Ayan, naririnig nyo yung aking audio at the same time, yung audio ng video na nakaplay. Every time I switch sources, the video pauses. Hindi na siya nagpe-play sa background. So make sure you enable resume first frame and pause when switching. Now, let me go back to the audio capabilities or the audio mixer. If you are doing reaction video, you can do that here by using the PIP option. No? Select main screen, SD card video 1, select subscreen, yan, HDMI 1, aspect ratio, yan, and then you can just put it there and done. And as a video source, you can now annotate or commentate the video you are seeing. Make sure the SD card video 1 is audio is enabled. Now you can hear what I'm saying and you can see the video that I'm annotating. Sa original YoloBox, hindi mo magawa yun. This one magagawa. So if you're into reaction videos, this is a nice solution. So that's the audio capabilities of the YoloBox Pro. Next thing na isa pang magandang feature ng YoloBox Pro is yung scoreboard. Now, I am into sports. Sa mga nakakilala sa akin, I do PBA, PSL or PVL, UAAP, at kung ano pang sporting events na kailangan ng scoreboard. And pag gusto ko mag-live ng isang sporting event like a basketball game, we have a scoreboard display right here. Let me put that up. Okay. So, pwede mong lagyan ng score every time nakaka-shoot si Junmar Fajardo. No? And sa kabila naman, lamang ng isa lang na huwag nating masyadong laylayin. Okay? Time, you can have your time here. Countdown, you can input ilang countdown or time ang ilalagay mo. You can play that back. Let's say, last 1 minute, you can pause it. Okay? Reset time. Yes. Okay, so you can also customize the look of the scoreboard, no? Game name. Let's say PBA Finals Game 1. Done. Okay. You can choose a font. You can choose the font color, background color to black, white there. And team 1, palitan natin ng team kasi na ba naglalaban. TNT Katropa. And okay na yung font. You can change the font style, but I won't be doing that now. Team 2, sino kalaban nila? Barangay Ginebra. Done. Okay. Ayos, di ba? So font, text color, white. Let's do that. And white din to. So it's easier to read. And I guess that's it, no? Black. And then this one red. Para may laman. On, hindi pa din. White. Then there. Okay. So mas mukha ng PBA ngayon. Mas mukha ng PBA yung scoreboard natin, ha? So there. You can customize everything sa scoreboard na yan, which is really, really nice. Ha? Now, magla-live na ako para makita nyo yung iba pang capabilities. No? Let's go live. Done. I am now live. As you can see, we have our status here. Kung ano yung kbps ng ating upload speed or ng ating live stream. Ilang frames ang ginagamit natin. Ang dropped frames makikita rin natin. Ang live running time makikita natin. Recording time natin makikita rin natin. So that's really a nice touch, no? Kasi hindi na tayo kakabahan. Nagla-live ba tayo? We can also see here our down and up speed na dito sa ating display sa taas. Okay, nag-live ako para lang may makita tayong isang magandang feature. I'll be going to my YouTube live stream. I'll be commenting something nice. Let's go to Facebook naman. Facebook, kasi simultaneous ako nag-live eh. So, let's go to Facebook. I am now live. Let's go to Facebook naman. Facebook, kasi... Okay. Comment din ako dito. Okay. And as we can see, na, as we type in our comments, makikita natin dito yung Facebook and YouTube tab na may mga comments na sila ngayon doon. Okay? So, for you to highlight a comment or ipakita sa mga tao yung nag-comment sa'yo, let's just tap this button and makikita na natin yung ating comment na nandun na. No? Ayan. Ang pogi mo, sir. Thank you. Salamat, salamat. Maliit na bagay. Tapos, dito naman sa sa Facebook, syempre, lumabas din ang ating comment, no? You're so hot. I know. I get that a lot. So, isang napakagandang feature from YoloBox Pro, no, na i-highlight mo yung mga comments and of course you can read them on air or live, na para syempre may interaction kayo with the audience, no, or yung mga viewers, no. So there's that. Pwede mo ring i-customize yung itsura ng comments. Let's say that there then ayan, nag-iiba-iba din. Na ma-customize mo din. Isa pang magandang feature nitong YoloBox Pro is the ability to auto switch. If you watched my recent live stream using the YoloBox, I was playing my guitar and singing at the same time. So hindi ako makakapag-switch while doing my acoustic skills. Okay? The YoloBox Pro can now auto-switch sa recent update nila. Dati wala to, pero dahil sa power of firmware updates, nagawa nila ng paraan. So, there, before you start auto-switching, you have to choose which video sources you want to use. I'll be auto-switching using HDMI 1, 2, and 3. So, let me put that. Of course, you can put in how long bababad yung bawat camera. Now, let's do that. And maiksi lang. Okay? Now, you can loop it out once it's done switching sa tatlong sources. You can loop it out or you can not loop it out. Pero in my case, I'm performing, I want to loop it out. Gusto ko pa ulit-ulit until the song ends. So, let me just leave it like that. Naka-enable. Switching order, sequential. Pag naka-sequential, medyo robot ang itsura, no? If you want to humanize the auto-switching, you can select random switching. So, medyo humanized siya. Kumbaga, sana gets nyo yun. So, main video source is HDMI 1. So, every time you disable the auto switching, it will go back to your main video source which is, I chose HDMI 1. So, let me start the auto switching. Okay? Make sure, isa lang ang audio input mo. Okay? So there, hindi ka naka-AFV because if AFV is enabled, every time you switch, the audio source will be switched as well. So there, it's now auto switching. No? I can still play and sing, and yeah, so there. Really nice feature. So to disable that, you just have to tap on that disable button right there. Ayos. Napakahusay ng YoloBox Pro na to. Now, let me quickly just run through the settings pa no, na mga hindi ko nakikita, hindi ko pa nasabi sa inyo. SD card management, you can see here all the recorded videos no, na ginamit mo sa SD card mo and the remaining storage space. Okay, so there. Program out is when I do this or when I enable this, hindi nyo makikita yung user interface. Let me put that. Ayan. As I switch that, hindi nyo nakikita yung interface. Okay? Program out. Ayan, nakita nyo na ulit yung interface. USB-C out, you will enable this if you want to use this as a capture card para gamitin mo sa Zoom conferences mo. Video source transitions. Now, it has preset transitions. Ngayon ay naka-cut tayo. Okay? Naka-cut tayo ngayon. You can do a fade. No? May preset fade siya. So, that's your fade in. Alright? Let's do a wipe. Ayos. Parang Star Wars. You can also change the duration ng inyong transition. Directional wipe. Very nice. Translation. Not sure what that is. That's a push to the side transition. Window slice. Parang blinds na sidewards or vertical. No? Simple zoom. I don't think I'll be using that. Cross zoom. Parang fancy cinematic video, no? Speed ramping. Squeeze. Not really sure if I'm going to use that. Flip page. Very nice. It's there if you need it, if you want it. Cube. Okay, that's a 3D cube. Parang transition sa Adobe Premiere. Parang ganun. Or Final Cut Pro. Okay, so those are the transitions. But for me, if I'm doing this, cut is really the way to go. If I'm live streaming a band, a playing band, or performing band, I'll be switching to a fade transition para mas dramatic yung dating. So there. Now, let me go back to... Pasensya na, may nagpopokpok sa labas na if naririnig nyo. Video output mode. HDMI out is what I'm using. I can't change it right now because I'm recording. Encoding setting, which is really nice din. Kung gusto mo high quality yung inyong stream. I'm using CBR, which is default and recommended. You can also use the CQ and the VBR. Kayo na bahala, but I am using CBR. You can change the bitrate up to 8,000 kilobytes per second. You can change the frames per second, which is 24 frames per second, para medyo cinematic ang datingan. You can change to 30 frames per second. And again, if you're recording this, the YoloBox Pro records MP4 videos. Recording limits. Self-explanatory. Every 10 minutes magka-cut and then roll again. So, ganun ang ating sistema dito sa ating recording. 20, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, or continuously. Depende sa size ng SD card nyo. And by the way, kayang tumanggap ng 128 gigs size of SD card itong YoloBox Pro. If you just wanna know. So, yan. Pleto na ang ating features ng ating YoloBox Pro. Okay, now that we are done with all the features and tests, let me give you my final thoughts about the YoloBox Pro. Here are the things I like. Number one, nagustuhan ko na all-in-one na siya, no? Hindi mo na kailangan gumamit pa ng computer. All you have to bring is the unit itself. Of course, you need to bring your cameras, your cables, and mas portable to kaysa may dala ka pang computer at iba ka pang softwares na iniintindi. I love it because one-stop shop na siya. All-in-one na siya. Nandito na lahat. I also love the fact that you can live stream anywhere. If you have your internet connectivity, if you have your LAN cable, if you have your Wi-Fi, and sa mas remote pa na places, if you have signal or data sa inyong SIM card, possible na makapag-live stream ka. Yung pangatlong nagustuhan ko dito sa YoloBox Pro ay yung isa sa mga na-overlook ng mga meron nito. Pwede siyang gamiting camera monitor. You can just mount this on top of your camera and use it as external camera monitor. And it has built-in battery, so you don't have to charge a separate battery for this. This is all you have. Di lang siya pang live stream, no? Pang monitor pa. Kinanta mo. At isa pang nagustuhan ko dito, no? Maliban sa monitor siya, or it can be used as an external monitor for your cameras, you can also record your camera like an Atomos Ninja V. Isa pang nagustuhan ko, no? Pwede ka mag-stream simultaneously sa tatlong websites, either Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Silang tatlo, pwedeng sabay-sabay. Nang wala ka nang dapat subscribean pa. All you need is the unit and your internet connectivity. Isa pang nagustuhan ko, yung audio capabilities niya. Now, you can hear whichever audio channel or audio track you want. Now, hindi naman pwedeng wala akong hindi nagustuhan. No? Meron naman, may mga drawbacks para sa akin or may mga downsides itong YoloBox. The major one is when I'm using this as my capture card during Zoom interviews using the USB Type-C, may delay. Maybe they can fix that with the firmware updates. Isa pang medyo con nito, no? If you are going to use this as your external monitor for your camera and you are outdoors, good luck kasi this only has 400 nits na brightness. But all in all, the YoloBox Pro exceeded my expectations na. I'm a fan of the A10 Mini Pro. I have it right here. But the fact that the A10 Mini Pro needs a computer to stream or to live stream, medyo tagilid siya. Kasi this guy, the YoloBox Pro, doesn't need a computer for you to live stream. Now, if you're going to ask me, do I recommend the YoloBox Pro para sa ating mga live streamers out there? Yes, absolutely. Di ko rin naman tatanggapin to kung hindi ko gustong i-recommend sa ibang tao. So, if you're looking for something na mapapadali ang buhay nyo while doing your live streams, the YoloBox Pro will definitely cater to your needs. Now that has been my review of the YoloBox Pro portable multicam live streaming studio. If you want to know more about this product, make sure to check out the links below. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already and click that bell as well. Once again, this has been ryanaudencial. Thanks so much for being here and see you in the next video.